want to do the cake cut out of wood, here's the difference. Here, well, I closed our program, so let me open up our program again. Oh, I should probably staring at me.
Yeah.
If you're doing wood, and remember, when I go back to cake knives or whatever, I need to make sure I choose T-slot here, right? Or else it'll be in rotary. And if I'm going from here to T-slot, I need to make sure that rotary is turned off. Switching to flat X. There's the difference. Okay, so I'm back to rotary. I've chosen the T-slot. There's two drivers that you'll use extensively. There's rotary and there's T-slot. Rotary, T-slot, rotary, T-slot. T-slot is flat. Okay, so right now I have a cake topper setting. I click OK. If I were doing it in wood, I'm just going to make like a square. I want to cut out a wood square. Here, cake topper cutting was actually taken from acrylic cutting, right? Notice we have wood cutting, different speeds. You can adjust these speeds based on how you feel the cut is going. You don't have to live and die by that, but it's your starting point.
Yeah.
Okay? When you have what you want and you have the settings you want,
the
add
accessory side is set up properly as well.
well, you have to think about what's going on. Am I rotating the spindle? Am I using the vacuum? Am I using this proximity sensor to set
Are
it?
you using the same blade as the acrylic?
Yes.
So there would
Well,
not
typically.
be a spindle, there would be a
No,
vacuum.
there would be a spindle. You're rotating the tool,
Oh, okay, I see what you mean.
You're rotating the
I'm thinking of
tool.
it differently.
right?
There would be proximity.
There would be because you're using
Yeah.
the nose cone to
hit,
ride,
Yeah.
right?
The vacuum is.
Yes. So
And-
those are the things you need to think in that
So
mentality.
the pump doesn't even pop up because you're on table mode. TV.
Right.
Yeah, okay.
Right.
I
So
see.
the pump isn't even activated
Yes.
here.
Which, okay, that's good.
Right.
Okay.
So just keep that in mind.
So that's it? You just hit wood cutting and then you just
Well,
kind of play with the settings from there?
Yeah, and if you wanted to add one that was cake topper wood cutting, because wood cutting is meant for very thin wood, like a 1/16 of an inch. You're going through an eighth, and you're using a different tool.
So this might need us at the setting to do several passes.
Yeah, and
then
you
we
might
figure
need to
out-
slow this down. Who knows?
What would
It's
be-
all trial and
what
error.
would be an indication that something's going wrong? Like
It's
for
not
example,
it's not sucking up all the chips. You're
Okay.
going way too fast.
okay. Any other, like, I know the whole melting issue with the acrylic.
With
you
wood,
can't,
there's
like,
no
set
issue.
it on fire.
No, it won't. It won't. It typically won't. If you, in the case that it's really, really fast and you're going really, really slow, you'll get a burn, but it's just a blackening. It's not.
Like a charring.
yeah, you'll never get a fire started.
Okay.
Knock on wood. If you do, right?
You're doing something really
you
wrong.
crack the wood
yeah.
either?
It won't. Oh yeah, it won't
Crack.
crack from the
The-
pressure. I don't know.
The wood.
We're just
okay.
trying to think.
Here's what you get with wood. With wood, because of how wood is like either laminated or just nature of the wood,
Mm-hmm.
you'll get splintering possibly, or
If
you'll
it's
get
too fast
Yep,
or too
or you-
slow?
just either or.
Oh, okay.
Just it depends on how this wood is.
Okay.
So naturally, you just might get a splinter break off.
Would you hear something if it was going too fast or too slow? Because you mentioned something in acrylic and I couldn't tell what you were hearing. So I'm just wondering.
No,
It all sounded the same to me.
You'll hear a straining, and it'll sound like.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And when you hear it go to nothing, it's not rotating.
That means something.
It's not rotating, but it's still trying to pull through, and that's when the bit snaps.
Okay.
Okay. So my recommendation with bits, always get like 4 of them total, eventually.
Of
right?
the kind that we got?
Yeah.
Oh, we can use that same kind that we bought on this wood as
Yeah.
well.
So you can use one and keep setting the depth. My recommendation would be set one for half, set one for the full,
And then do the double.
and then
pass.
switch them, right?
Uh-huh.
So that's one set. Get
Mhm.
another set.
That's then the backup set.
because there's nothing worse to be full on production mode, and the first one you
Messes
break it, and you're like,
everything
oh, okay,
up.
now I gotta wait. Oh, there's a storm.
Mhm.
I might not get it for 3 days.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I see.
And then you're
Okay. And other than that, we treat it the same
Yeah.
as everything. Okay, that's good to know. Perfect.